The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution. We are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hospitality, founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality. High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004.
And welcome live inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Allison alongside Mike Lang. Nick Halliday here at the Lions Den at Red Lion Christian. We are just underway. It's the opening drive for the Spartans. A holding penalty on first down. And now 3rd and long, 3rd and 22 here on the opening drive. They're going to set up the screen pass. It's in the hands of Keegan Barnes. He's got some speed down the sideline. Going to get back to penalty yardage and pick up a nice chunk. We'll call it maybe 14.
Hey, Nick.
As we welcome in Mike Lang. And Mike, a big 3rd down reception there. Most likely see the punt unit here for St. Mark's, who will stay on the Red Lion side of the field.
I was on the steps coming down, so I didn't see much on that last play, but some good defense there by Red Lion. Of course, that penalty, Nick, on first down really put the Spartans in a bad spot to start.
So on the drive, Campbell 2 of 2 for 10 yards, -4 on the first screen pass. The second screen pass went for 14. As we have the St. Mark's Spartans and the Red Lion Christian Lions. Punt team on for St. Mark's. It's going to be booted away from the 30.
Nice
and
kick.
that's a fantastic kick. That
That's a
actually
live ball.
touched a Red Lion player as it hit the deep man back to return off the hands of Jasir Rogers, the talented sophomore, and out of bounds. So a great job flipping the field. Do the Spartans that time is pinned deep our Red Lion here into their own territory. They're looking to start this one inside the 5-yard line. We'll call it here visually from the 3. So again, we welcome you back inside Delaware Live Sports. One drive so far here in quarter number 1. It was the St. Mark's Spartans, but a 3-and-out for the Spartans to open up as they come in 1-1, led, of course, by head coach Joey Wright, 10-2 last year in 2022. Only losses came to the champs' Friends during the season, and then defending champs Archmere from the year before. And obviously this year, Mike, they're moving up into Class 3, and they've got 60 kids on the roster this year.
Big roster for St. Mark's. The band's here, the cheerleaders are here.
There goes Giovanni Ramirez on first down, coming off an amazing performance last weekend. He had 18 carries for a $139, and his first carry tonight's going to pick up extra yardage and a new set of downs.
Nick, have you with the electronic bullhorn next to us? That thing's really loud. I was upstairs, and the Red Lions got some pretty fervent supporters here. They really do support their football team.
And this is your First Aid Orthopedics game of the week. New set of downs here from the 20 or from the 15 for Red Lion. This time they're going to hand it around the outside. It looks like Jack Wilson. Or nope, it's going to be Giovanni Ramirez for carry number 2. He's going to head down the sideline and pick up about, it looks like 10 more. As you see the officials pointing towards another first down. So 2 carries for 20 yards, 10 yards a pop early for Gio Ramirez.
Yes, they're not going to match St. Mark's in like size up front, but they do have a lot of speed and a lot of skill. Ken Anderson always has talented players down here at Red Lion. They just keep coming one after another.
A young team, 8-4 last year. A rematch of the playoff game last year that sent Red Lion home, that ended their season. A huge win for St. Mark's, 45-18. As that carry this time goes to Jack Wilson, and he picks up a few yards on first down, second and about 7.
Nick, just looking out on the field, looks like St. Mark's does not have Mass Paoli in the defensive backfield tonight. So that is something to look out for if you're a Red Lion. They might be able to exploit something in the defensive backfield. He's a pretty good defensive back for the Spartans.
So now Budinger going to line up here on 2nd and 7 in their own territory. 2 backs, 1 to either side. Slot to the right. This time they're going to hand it off, and having some room to run is the freshman Mekhi Corbin. Gets now back to the sideline into St. Mark's territory before he's run out of bounds inside the 40. And the Red Lion defense, Mike, forcing a 3-and-out for the Spartans, and now the Red Lion offense driving into St. Mark's territory. A big play that time by the freshman.
Or you could just stay with the ground game, and it worked very well there for number 1, Mr. Corbin. And like we said, look at all the freshmen on this roster. If you look at it, Red Lion just loaded with youth and talented youth.
A gain of 34 yards for the freshman Corbin. And now 1st and 10 for Red Lion inside the St. Mark's 40. Same formation, 2 receivers to the top, 1 back to either side. And that one is in and out of the hands of Wilson, and that's going to be a fumble recovered by St. Mark's. The snap in and out of the hands of Evan Budinger. Jack Wilson was to his right, almost caught the deflection, but couldn't hang on as he was hit in the backfield by one of those Spartan defensive linemen, Mike, and the defense, after losing some momentum, forces a big turnover.
Connor Sullivan comes up with the fumble recovery. Sullivan, a transfer this year in from DMA, and paying dividends for Coach Wright there. They got a big line. We mentioned St. Mark's has a lot of beef up front, and that time they used it to their advantage.
A fumble lost by the offense here for Red Lion. That was putting together a very nice opening drive for the Lions. Now the St. Mark's offense back out on the field for drive number 2. They'll start at their own 40. Man in motion, they'll turn, give to Keegan Barnes, has a nice hole through that first level of defense, going to break a few tackles. He's got first down yardage, and he's going to fight forward and get to about the Red Lion 45. A huge run for Keegan Barnes to start the drive for 15.
That's the thing about Barnes. He just never stops going. His legs just keep moving and keep moving.
15-yard carry for Barnes, 2 now for 17. For the talented running back, number 17 in white for St. Mark's, and now 1st and 10 for the Spartans, who are now for the first time into Red Lion territory. 7:47 and ticking here, opening quarter. Double slot now here for St. Mark's, more of a flanker here towards the bottom of the screen. He'll go in motion. The snap to Campbell, back to Barnes, go the Spartans. No hold, tries to bounce it outside, but check out the vision and the patience from Keegan Barnes, waiting for that hole to open up, and he flies through for about 5.
You know, you take 5 yards every time, right? 5 yards, that's a first down. You know, 2 plays, that's two 5-yard plays. You got another 7
anything
downs,
over
man.
3, you're happy with.
You got that right. They're at the 40-yard line. They're in business. Spartans come in with a record, Nick, of 1-1. They come off that win at Archmere last week. Red Lion, a win at Lake Forest last week. That's a good win for them.
That was a big win. Again, we had a chance to talk with the Lake Forest Spartans down in Dover at the show. They knew it was a big game. Both teams were up there in the rankings. Red Lion comes out on top in that one. And now trying to ride that momentum here. 2nd and 5 for the Spartans from the Red Lion 40. Slot to the right. In motion once again for St. Mark's. Here comes pressure off the edge. Campbell going to loft up looking for his brother. And now a flag deep in the end zone.
Wow.
Dover coverage over the top of Jude Campbell, who was running down the middle of the field.
Not sure that was catchable, but the flag goes down. Maybe it wasn't catchable because they held him.
And that was the motion from the Red Lion coaching staff. They're giving the uncatchable motion. We'll see what the officials decide to go with here.
Looking for the law firm of Campbell & Campbell on that one.
But it looked like good coverage on the back end, at least from where we were sitting here for Red Lion. And now we'll await the penalty flag. And it is going to stand. It's going to be against Red Lion, a big penalty here. And it looks like a 15-yarder.
Got to take him down to the 25-yard line.
So, well, again, no, don't have a number on the call for you there. Player to watch defensively has to be the sophomore Jack Wilson. Phenomenal freshman year last year. Back here at linebacker this year. 36 tackles for the year, 12 tackles a game. He's got 5 for loss and 3 sacks. All of those sacks coming in last week's win against Lake Forest. So number 19 in black, the man to keep an eye on. And now slot to the right out of the pistol for Campbell. Campbell on the run, going to fire to the sideline. Has his brother, I believe. It's Jude Campbell, who makes the catch along the sideline, and that's that brother connection, Mike, that we saw kind of form last year and obviously taken to another level here early in 2023.
Yeah, James Campbell taking over as starting quarterback late last season. And obviously it has, you know, him and Jude obviously know each other. They've been playing together forever. And
so
nice crowd on hand, Nick, for
15 yards.
a late start on the third. Well, late start for high school
How about
football.
a 7:40 kickoff
about 7:40
here at Red
here.
Lion? Woof.
They started the clock. I wasn't even ready. I forgot they're starting the clock when they go out of bounds.
Back to the pistol for St. Mark's. This is another
Caleb
handoff off
King.
the middle, and that will be Caleb King, the catcher, I believe, right? For
He
the
is the
baseball
catcher,
team.
yes.
Is number 44 gets a carry inside the tackles. He'll pick up about 3 yards, and now that'll set up a third down. First of the drive for St. Mark's, but third and very manageable. We'll call it third and about 3.
Caleb's got good hands, like any catcher would. Also a strong dude. I see him hit a couple home runs for St. Mark's last year. He's got some power. But now they're in third and about 2.5, 3. This is an interesting spot here. Do you go with, well, Barnes not even in the backfield here, so it's Caleb King. He's the only running back there. He's got 2 receivers splitting to the side, and that looks like it's going to add 5 yards to this third down.
And some motion up front for the Spartans. Going to turn this 3rd and 3 into about 3rd and 8. St. Mark's was ready to open it up there. Double slot formation before the penalty. We'll see if they decide to run something similar. Now with 3rd and 8. 5:01 stopped here in the first quarter between Red Lion, who comes in ranked 4th in Class 2, and St. Mark's just outside that top Super 7 in Class 3.
Yeah, how about Hodgson moving in this week, right? After
Yeah,
that
we had
win
a chance
at
to
St.
check them
George's.
out. A tough one against Caravel, but Caravel a very good team.
Yes, they are.
Double slot once again. It's going to be Campbell outside, Logan Klein at the top of the slot. And then Burgos in the slot here, Cormier to the bottom. It's Caleb King in the backfield. Campbell going to drop back, 3-step, looking deep, one-on-one coverage. He's got Jude Campbell. Did he get a foot in? It looked like he did from here. He did, and a touchdown for St. Mark's as they strike first.
That was a great play right in the front corner of that end zone, Nick, to Jude Campbell. Spartans up early.
We'll call it an 18-yard touchdown connection from James to Jude Campbell. And again, you saw Campbell with the one-on-one coverage, just a slight use of the hands. That's all you need. A little push-off secured the open space. He catches the touchdown on a pretty play down the sideline. Extra point is up and good. And that's Again, a perfect play for your receiver in one-on-one coverage. And, of course, James Campbell putting it up in the air, giving his brother a shot to go get it. And he does just that.
That was a great catch by Jude Campbell. I know I'm going to mess him up at some point. Yeah, it's not 9-0.
So it should be 7.
We have 7 on our
St.
scoreboard. So
St. Mark's.
that was the 3-point extra point kick, I guess. They have noticed the discrepancy here in the booth next to us.
4th touchdown of the year, Mike, for James Campbell. Came in with 337 yards, 168 yards per game. Has that 4th touchdown there. Again, an 18-yard connection.
You know, Nick, I told myself today, don't forget to put an SD card in this camera. And what did I forget to do? But fortunately, Halliday comes through.
Always does. And remember, this is your First Aid Orthopedics game of the week. They have 29 positions at 16 locations, which provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions and are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. They serve as physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington U, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Their doctors are readily available. Give them a call, 302-322-3400, or visit firststateortho.com, and make sure to mention you saw their ad right here on Delaware Live Sports. Kickoff here in the Red Lion offense.
Out of bounds.
Going to set back here to get on the field, Mike, with pretty good field position.
Yeah, I think it's going to be spotted at the 40, if I'm not mistaken. After a kickoff out of bounds, we'll see where they head. And that is exactly where they're going, Nick. They're going to be at the 40. So that kickoff goes out of bounds around the 25 or 20-yard line. And that's a no-no.
Let's talk about the players to watch here for St. Mark's defensively. Number 33, Taj Johnson, who had that opening kickoff here to start the game. 7 tackles on the year, 2 interceptions in that game last week in the win for the Spartans. Paying attention to him in the secondary. Aiden Zellman, the big man up front, 8 tackles and a sack this year. And, of course, Jake O'Donohue, 13 tackles, 3 tackles for loss. He's going to be all over the field today as well.
Yeah, Jake continues to get college interest as he should. He's a beast out there and has kind of moved up. I think he played a lot of linebacker last year. He's kind of moved up to the line this year with Zellman and Sullivan. And that's some big, beefy guys up there for St. Mark's.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Joey Wright couldn't talk enough about him. I mean, he's talked 3 years at tight end, transitioning to left tackle, getting recruited at both positions.
Are they going to make him kick it again?
Captain for the 2nd year. So, again, Jake O'Donohue, again, so important to this program here at St. Mark's.
Is that flag on red line?
Maybe
because they're kicking from the 35?
Yeah, it's going to be a kick now, and
I don't know.
We'll re-kick it.
I'm pretty sure that kick went out of bounds, but what do I know?
Catching it off a hop for red line at the 30 and coming like a missile and making the tackle for the Spartans is number 24. That was Daniel Egan. Or excuse me, that was 25, Mike. I apologize. Jacob Ebal, the junior, and the Ebal sounds familiar. He might have been a Red Lion player last year.
We'd have to go back and look at rosters.
So here comes that Red Lion offense, Mike. A great start to that drive after the forcing the 3 and out for the Spartans in that back in the beginning of the quarter. And then a fumble on a bad snap on 1st down gave the Spartans the ball, and then they made Red Lion pay for it.
Yeah, it was a nice connection with the Campbells.
So here comes Evan Budinger and company back out. Some inside motion. They're going to turn, fake the handoff. They're going to come out throwing. Pass is complete to Monte Pollock. And he's going to get out to midfield.
Nice little screen.
A gain of 14.
A quick little hitter out there to Pollock.
First completion of the night for Evan Budinger. Let's talk about the sophomore quarterback. 23 of 61, 38% completion percentage through the first 3 weeks for Budinger. 368 yards, just 120 per game, and a touchdown. 3 touchdowns on the year, just 1 interception. But, again, one of the probably most talented young quarterbacks here in the state.
I was really impressed watching him last year, and he was just a freshman, so it's interesting to see how much he has grown in the last year. I know he's one of the best here in the state.
Stretch play to Jack Wilson, who gets it, able to get outside, and a big carry for number 19, another sophomore here for Red Lion. And that's going to be good for about 13 yards. Wilson, 2 carries now for 16 yards.
What number is that? 80, right?
Number 19 on the carry that time.
Oh, okay. I'm doing a lot of things here, Nick.
And again, Jack Wilson and Giovanni Ramirez alongside the freshman Makai Corbin. Look for those 3 to be a majority of the ball carriers tonight for Red Lion. Pistol now here for the Lions into St. Mark's territory from the 36. Straight drop back for Budinger. Going to look down the left sideline. Coverage is there, and it's going to be a sack for St. Mark's. He's brought down by the big fella, Aiden Zellman, also with a little help from his teammate, number 85, Ed Taylor.
Good
or
job
Brady
there.
Dugan, one of the two, both listed as 85.
Is it some college roster? What's going on here? Two guys, number 85. I guess they ran out of jerseys up there. Maybe 85 is just so popular both guys wanted it. But they did a good job getting through that front line of Red Line. We talked about St. Mark's size, and it's going to be a problem for a lot of teams. And we see it there. They did get through on that one. But there are some big dudes up there we mentioned for Red Lion.
Loss of 4, second down. They fake the speed option coming back the other way with Jack Wilson, but St. Mark's was ready for it. Great discipline by that defensive line. Going to be brought down by Egan after a short gain of about 2. So now it'll be 3rd and long, 3rd and 13 from just inside the 40. First down marker sitting around the 28-yard line of St. Mark's.
Yeah, an important play here for Red Lion, even though it's early, but they're looking at a 3rd and 12 here, so.
Trips to the top of the screen. Wilson, the lone back. Budinger looking to the lone wide receiver side. One-on-one coverage. Has his man for a first down. Look like the sophomore Jasir Rogers.
Good job right along the sideline. Rogers got his feet in bounds and took the bump, held on.
And there's a late flag. Hold up.
And a late flag. And late flags usually you're not holding. So let's see
And
what they got.
personal foul. It's going to be roughing the passer
gonna-
against the Spartans.
We're going to tack on a half the distance here.
So it looked like the throw to Jasir Rogers was right to the sticks for a gain of about 15, but they're going to tack 15 more on. Two for 2 now for Budinger. And after the 15-yard penalty, deeper into Spartan territory go the Lions.
Yeah, it's going to be at the 13-yard line after a half the distance walk-off here. I wasn't a math major, but 26 divided by 2 is 13.
So that completion was to Jasir Rogers, the leading receiver for Red Lion on the season. He's got 9 catches for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Now they'll fake it, give it to Wilson, back the other way. St. Mark's again ready for it,
That's a
but
good
holding on
pickup.
and keeping those legs churning
I
for
thought it
a
was a
small
good. I
pickup.
thought it was a good pickup. Maybe only about 2 on that one.
Yeah, they'll pick up a few, maybe 2 or 3. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. 134 and ticking still in the opening quarter here at Red Lion. Spartans leading 7-0.
Another busy weekend of football will get you our lineup once we remember.
That's right, we
what
had a
it is.
shortened pregame show today here ahead of the late kickoff.
Oh yeah.
2nd
Yeah.
and 8 after the 2-yard carry to Wilson. It'll be 2 backs now, 1 to either side of Evan Budinger.
Things were interesting in the booth again.
Budinger looking, firing, has his man who makes the catch around the 5.
Oh, gets
And
away.
now breaking a tackle, heading for the end zone and finding 6. That's Jasir Rogers, but hold everything. Another flag on the field to the near sideline. And we're going to have to wait for the call here as we have some laundry.
Let's see what the official says.
So as it stands, Mike, as
A
you
chop
mentioned,
block.
a 13-yard touchdown hold. And it's going to go against Red Lion, and that'll take the 6 off the board. And a chop block, so a big penalty against Red Lion here as we get under a minute into the first quarter. That's going to negate the touchdown and back him up a good chunk as well.
How about Rogers spinning out of that tackle? That was a great play by him and got to the corner of the end zone. Unfortunately for Red Lion, it's going to come back. But what a move by Jasir Rogers on that one. Now they got to do it again, that's all.
So that's a 15-yarder.
Yeah, it takes him back to the 25.
So take away the 6 and now back to the 25-yard line. Red Lion can still get a first down inside the 5. So 2nd and 24 was what they have on the scoreboard here.
Okay,
Budinger back in the gun out of the pistol.
Then we'll go with that.
They're going to hand it off. Jet sweep. Going to get across the field is Raheem Spencer, the freshman. And hold it again. We've got another flag on the play.
Yepers.
So early on, Mike, you have to say penalties have killed Red Lion. It was the pass interference penalty that set up the first St. Mark's touchdown.
Yes.
They've had a few penalties and some big ones here, especially on this drive.
And they got helped out with that roughing the passer, but they gave that back. And it's offensive interference on a run. Okay, Nick, that's a new one for me.
Yeah, and we'll, again, if you're at home, you could take a look and see what the officials rewind and say. But this one, again, going to go against Red Lions. So what was 2nd and 24 is going to become a little bit tougher after this penalty as well. That's the 4th penalty against Red Lion, one so far here for the Spartans.
So you get an interference call on a running play. That is unusual.
And again, it was a jet sweep, so back him up even further. Bunninger now going to look, set up the screen to Rogers, overshot him. And into the sideline, going to set up 3rd and about a mile.
45.4 left on the clock here in the first quarter. If you have a chance, you want to go see our guests from last night on the DLS Weekly with St. George's and Apo football. Glenn Frazier back, and Benny did a great job last night with that one. Of course, don't do that till after this game.
Or at halftime.
We're at halftime.
3rd and 32 for Bunninger and the Lions. Here comes the pressure. Bunninger out of the pocket towards the sideline. Going to launch an absolute bullet to the 10-yard line, and incomplete, in and out of the hands of his intended target. It was Jasir Rogers.
Yeah, my guess is they're going to punt here and just probably pin him as deep as possible. I know they got a good kicker, Nick, but you're looking at a 60-yard field or 52-yard field goal here, so I don't know if he's that good. That's a long field
He is
goal.
one of the best, and that's, of course, we're talking about the senior Sam Crossan, who was absolutely fantastic last
Nick,
year.
they are
Again,
lining up a field goal.
Yeah, I'm not surprised
A
at all.
50-yard field goal attempt here for Sam Crossan. Well, great balls
That's
of fire.
exactly right. So a 50-yarder attempt coming for the senior Sam Crossan. St. Mark's up 7-0.
I dare say this would be a top play if this goes through.
So here we go. Snap. And the hold is no good, and that's going to, again, fall short.
Well,
As the snap was in and out of the hands
not Sam's fault.
of the holder was Braden Coleman, the junior. And again, that's a major part of every field goal attempt is the snap, the hold, and the kick. The snap was there, the hold, though, unable to be clean there on that possession for Red Lion. So 2 drives for Red Lion here, Mike. They get into St. Mark's territory deep on their first drive. They fumble the ball on first down, turn it over. They get deep once again into St. Mark's territory here. Back-to-back 15-yard penalties. Backs them up, and then unable to get a field goal clean off or attempt off there. So 7-0 St. Mark's with 34 seconds to go in the first.
And St. Mark's has the ball at their 40, so they're in good shape there. That was maybe the worst outcome there for Red Lion, but it's early. And there's a bad
And there's
snap.
a snap over the head of Campbell. Ball is loose, and that's a heck of a play from James Campbell just to hop on it and save a turnover for St. Mark's, and that could be the last play of the opening quarter.
Yeah, and Campbell took a big hit on that one, too. The kid going for the fumble recovery. He was going for it. Campbell's fair game there. But they're not in any hurry to get a playoff here.
Yeah, that could be a tough job for a quarterback to chase that ball down just to get on it. Campbell able to do it, and that'll save the possession here. Though it'll be 2nd and long when we come back after 1 quarter here at the Lions Den at Red Lion Christian, 7-0. St. Mark's leading the home team, Red Lion. We'll be right back at the break on Delaware Live Sports. 2nd quarter action here. It's Thursday night football here in Bear.
I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Start of quarter number 2 here at Red Lion Christian High School. Nick Alessandrini, Mike Lang, and Nick Halliday. Some Thursday night football. A rematch of last year's Class 2A playoff match between St. Mark's and Red Lion. 7-0, Campbell to Campbell, the opening score here today. 18-yard touchdown pass back in the first quarter. First handoff here to start off the drive for St. Mark's after the snap over the head of Campbell on first down is a short carry, I believe, for Keegan Barnes. And now going to set up third and very long.
And Nick, I asked for patience as I'm getting everything set up here. You know, I don't usually produce these things.
That is true. Mike double dutying today.
And now we're set with the scoreboard and the clock and everything else.
Keegan Barnes through 2 games, 28 carries for 217 yards, Mike. That's 7.75 yards a carry, averaging over 100 yards a contest and a touchdown on the year. So two of them.
Quote my friend Nick Santa, this is 3rd and Fenwick Island.
Let's see what Campbell can do with it. Campbell going to look to the slot, fires, has his man Logan Klein at the 28, trying to make a defender miss, can't do it. Great gang tackling by Red Lion. A short pickup on 3rd down. We'll call it 5, and now we should see the punt unit.
Yeah, good job by Red Lion. You know, Nick, they had a ton of space to work with there. You know, you can let Klein pick up 8 yards on that play or whatever. He picked up 6 yards. What's it matter? There was 3rd and 24 at that point. So, good job by the Lions to hold there.
Klein, a huge year last year for the St. Mark's Spartans, and an even bigger, maybe you could argue, game against Red Lion in that playoff contest. 2 touchdowns for number 15, and I can say so myself. Number 15 for St. Mark's has some good history. I also played out of the slot with that same number there. I played the same position as me.
Yeah. Did you have the same career trajectory?
I think so.
Logan, I love watching Logan play. He's like 6'4". He's got height. He's strong. You know, he was kind of really effective last year, but they had other weapons, and you know, they had the running backs, Artis and T.J. Martin.
And different quarterback situation as well.
So this is actually penalties on Red Line. They're going to still line up the punt here. But Logan Klein, I think, quietly had a good year last year. Maybe not so quiet this year.
Yeah, teams are aware now of number 15.
So they're going to actually, they're going to line up the punt. This is Campbell back there. He's also the punter.
Back for St. George's is
never know.
Jasir Rogers. As the punt is off. Contact, no whistle. Rogers will I believe Fair caught it.
Taj Johnson looking for,
as he caught it at the 30-yard line.
A penalty on that one. And he's hearing the love from the Red Lion fans.
No flags, right, on this play?
No, there were no flags.
Just a little, Coleman a little slow to get up.
Whole lot of shaking going on, as I think as Jerry Lee Lewis liked to say.
So 10-16 after the punt for the Spartans, and back out comes the Red Lion offense and the sophomore Evan Budinger. So 2 decent drives, as we talked about, for Red Lion into St. Mark's territory twice with good drives and just unable to put any points on the board. A turnover and then back-to-back penalties. Had to set up a punt.
Yeah, they hurt themselves on the last drive.
Or, excuse me, a missed field goal.
And they had the fumble the first time around. So Red Lion, this is stuff that they can clean up.
Out of the pistol.
And Budinger looks like he's a little lost out there with the play. Here we go.
Wilson in the backfield. They'll give it to him. A little hop step. He runs right into Caleb King after a gain of about 2.
They are at the 33-yard line there.
5 carries for 23 yards for the sophomore Jack Wilson. 9:50 and ticking now here in quarter number 2.
Nick, impressed, I think I mentioned this already, impressed with the size of the crowd out tonight. Must not be a whole lot going on. There's no Eagles game tonight on this Thursday.
No, there's not. Just a little Niners Giants action. Nobody care about that, right?
Nobody cares about that game.
Another inside handoff to Jack Wilson, but that pressure, great
not down
push
yet.
up front by that defensive line from St. Mark's, led by Aiden Zellman and company. And once again, coming out of the pack is number 44, Caleb King, showing the energy from linebacker. And St. Mark's
Timeout.
able to stop the first two plays here for Red Lion for a modest gain. And now third and manageable, though, for the Lions, third and about 5.
How about King? He's really active tonight. I think the stop was just to get the ball set.
Rogers, the lone
King's been
receiver.
everywhere tonight.
That's right. Rogers, the lone receiver, to the bottom of the screen. Coleman to the top with a trips to the top as well here. Buttinger looking to the one receiver side. It's Rogers, and they've got him on a hitch. And he's going to power forward and pick up first down yardage. Gain of about 7 from Buttinger to Rogers.
Got what they needed, you know.
So obviously what we're seeing here early, and Mike, you alluded to this in the pregame show, was St. Mark's was able to get thrown over top of from Archmere in that win they had over the Hawks last week. But here we're seeing Buttinger put the ball in the air early, but they're going trips or multi-receivers to one side, and then they're coming back to Jasir Rogers, who they're hoping has one-on-one coverage to the lone side. Trips once again, Rogers once again to the bottom, all alone here. He'll be shadowed out here by St. Mark's. Our first timeout of the contest comes with 8:43 to go here in half number 1. 7-0 Spartans leading. Red Lion trying to drive and answer. We'll be right back. And we're back. 1st and 10 now for Red Lion. After the timeout, once again, trips. This time Buttinger fires, has his man on the slot receiver to the trip side across the middle. That's once again the freshman for the Lions, number 16, Raheem Spencer, and a big catch.
That's a great pass by Buttinger. He zipped it right over the middle.
Pickup of about 14 from Buttinger to the freshman Spencer. 1st and 10 now back into St. Mark's territory for the 3rd straight possession. Goes Red Lion, 8:05 and ticking. Here comes pressure off the edge. Picked up at least for the moment. Buttinger now has time to throw, looking for his man, Jasir Rogers, and in and out of his hands in the end zone. Would have been a touchdown, maybe getting a hand on it late. Was one of the Spartan DBs, but Rogers had a step on that St. Mark's secondary, and Buttinger put it on the money just in and out of his intended target's hand.
Yeah, I'm sure Rogers would say that's something he's got to hang on to, but that was a heck of a play into some traffic. And you see the throw from Buttinger right on the money. His throw's been good, really good tonight.
Nico Sarson, the senior right tackle, got a chip of the blitzing. I believe it was Keegan Barnes off the edge, if he's out there. I could be wrong there, but a great pickup by Sarson led to the throw from Buttinger. And Jasir Rogers makes that catch 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion for Red Lion. They'll turn, hand it off to Jack Wilson right up the middle, but boom, right into a Spartan linebacker. That's Egan once again, number 24. You heard the smack from up here.
And St. Mark's, they've done a good job for the most part. A couple of times Red Lion's been able to get open, but they just have that size. They're going to be a little bit bigger than Red Lion. I think that's where Buttinger is really going to be a key. If he can get a little bit of time and you pick up that blitz, something like that's going to have to happen. Give him a couple steps, because he's proven he can find open receivers and hit them.
Spartans again moving up to Class 3A this year. 60 guys on this roster. Bunninger on 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap, setting up the screen to Rogers. Has to make a man miss. Can't do it. Beautiful open field tackle across the pond. There for Taj Johnson, who had 2 interceptions last week. And that tackle going to send out the punt team, or at least maybe the field goal unit, depending, here for Red Lion.
Yeah, that was a great job by the Spartans to hold them to about a 2-yard gain. Just not going to be enough when it's 3rd and 10. The St. Mark's tightens up. And they'll have another shot here on offense in a minute.
It looks like it'll be the punt unit this time for Red Lion. Crossan, though, is out there.
Is he the punter?
I didn't think he was last time, but of course with that leg, why not? I'm sure he is.
And that number 9 back there?
So he'll look to boot it away. Back for St. Mark's. It looks like it's Jude Campbell. He's sitting heels at the 5-yard line, and another flag.
Hey, Red Line really hurting themselves with penalties here. They're pointing St. Mark's way on this one. Won't be enough for a first down, but.
And it's a false start.
And it's a false start, so
6
it won't be enough
penalties.
because it went the wrong way for Red Lion if you're looking at it that way.
6 penalties now for Red Lion, just
Yeah,
1
can't.
for St. Mark's here in the first half. And they've been penalties at big times.
Yeah, really inopportune penalties for them. They also give St. Mark's a little bit more room back there. Although Drew Campbell's still back at the 10. He knows Crossan has the leg.
Crossan going to take his time. That St. Mark's rush almost got there. It's going to take a St. Mark's bounce, though, at the 23. And jumping on it is Red Lion around the 27-yard line. And that is the big fella, Nico Sarson, out on special teams as well. So for the 3rd straight possession, Red Lion able to get into St. Mark's territory, but those drives have all stopped very abruptly. That St. Mark's defense has really tightened up inside their own area.
Yeah,
and now the offense back out onto the
Red
field.
Lion moving again into St. Mark's territory. Again,
1/2 yards passing per game. Methodical in the
James
approach.
Campbell's a good quarterback.
The carry.
Find out when they unpot. I know who that is. I don't know who ran Nick.
I was about to say, I couldn't.
We had a
I
spectator
think,
Wallop in that little frame, and he just disappears into those.
and it looked like a
into
shorter
those bodies.
Johnson. Either way, 2nd and 6.
Lions and laundry.
And some more laundry here is right.
Sideline warning for Red Lion.
And this
now
penalty
what
will
is
go
that?
against
What's
the
that?
Spartan.
Heard you can.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely
But
right. We
it
haven't
was-
seen one, I don't
The
think.
flag was thrown from.
Be moved back. That's the 2nd penalty against St. Mark's.
Well, I've seen it done plenty in high school. And carry them essentially.
2nd and 7. Campbell on the run. He's hit as he throws, looking for lead.
And Campbell took a huge hit at the end of that play, but line to the chain gang gets down there
I believe 48.
to the 24. That's a 49-yard pass. Good job by Campbell to stay in there. He knew he was going to take a beating.
Now for St. Mark's, that pitch, and able to avoid a tackle is Caleb King coming off Gio Ramirez, and that would be a big loss. Gio Ramirez, the leading tailback as well here for Red Lion. Have to go back down. Again, you don't want to speculate. Looked like he holding that left arm. He came like a
That line and it was almost the TFL. Is that what they call it these days? The
Ramirez heads to the sideline. We hope the fellow's okay. I believe for the quarterback, Campbell. The quarterback sneaks it in, 4 yards for the score.
Good job there by Campbell. Closes out that drive, and they make quick work.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. 4-yard touchdown run for the quarterbacks. James Campbell gives the Spartans a 15-0 lead, 2-point conversion. Red Lions been able to move the ball. Both offenses have looked good. The St. Mark's defense able to force some turnovers. So a timeout on the field, Mike, and Joey Wright, coach of St. Mark's, having some words with the officials, maybe trying to get an explanation, maybe for something.
We're getting as much as we're doing what we can here till halftime. We're going to try to fix all these connectivity issues here at the half.
For a short game.
It says we're
and able to make that catch and get out near midfield as Monte Pollock.
We're green, yellow. I click on it, we go red.
Could be, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Anyway, where are we at? St. Mark's?
2nd and 10 now here for the Spartans, who have it just outside the 20.
Here. So the scoreboard's totally messed up, Nick. We understand that.
The score seconds remaining here in the second quarter, a 15-0 lead for St. Mark's. As once again for the Spartan 40 to 30-yard line, it was a bad snap that resulted in a blocked after getting into Spartan territory. Or excuse me, a field goal that was blocked after getting into Spartan territory once again. 8 at about the 18-yard line after the carry from Keegan Barnes. Left here. Flood, play action. Campbell, plenty of time to throw. Gonna
zip that one right in there. Another touchdown for the Spartans. We're gonna have to fix the scoreboard. Another thing we have to fix, Nick, at halftime. What was the distance on that touchdown?
Is now 7 of 9 for 107 yards and 2 touchdowns to go.
This has been an adventuresome first half on the field and off. But I know what the people are seeing at home does not.
25 seconds. We'll see if the Lions let Budinger try to put it in the air to make something happen, but lost a couple blocked field goals. Just unable to happen. Great containment, though, by St. Mark's, and he's going to be wrapped up inside the 15-yard line. Looks like number 27, Jamarian Ramsey, the sophomore. So $17.3 to go. Could be the Lyon Christian High School 22-0. It's been all St. Mark's here in half number 1. James King scores for Red Lion. Evan Budinger, 8 of 13. A recap of the first half stats and then second half action here live from Red Lion on Delaware Live Sports.
Delaware, come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Casty Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when three guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Solo Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
How you doing? My name's Mike Cassidy. I'm the founder and president of Cassidy Painting. I started back in 1984, incorporated in 1986. I never had the word no in my vocabulary. When someone called me to do a job, I always said yes, whether it was a struggle, whether it was 7 days a week, sun up to sundown, it didn't matter. And with that philosophy, we were able to grow to the size we are. We employ close to 80 individuals.
We really enjoy being in the family business. I look forward to coming to work every day, and it's so nice to work with the people that we work with in the office. We've really become a family with them. We really create a family experience around here.
And Cassidy Painting is a very diversified company. We don't say no to anything. We deal with everything from epoxy floors to painting buildings to spray foam insulation, spray fireproofing. If it deals with a coating, we can handle it. So when our customers call and they're under the gun and they know the need to get a job done, they know who to call because we perform. We've always been performed. We've never been replaced out of 37 years of business. For any of your painting needs, we can handle it.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located in the Rehoboth Gateway next to Blue Coast Rehoboth, Thompson Island will follow the Sodell tradition of serving beautiful, simple food that will pair perfectly with our fresh homemade beer. Thompson Island is a perfect place to have dinner with your family, enjoy happy hour with friends at the bar, or spend a day in the beer garden playing bocce ball and ping pong. Thompson Island Brewing Company in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week. See you soon.
Your home, your community. It's not just where you live, it's where you belong. At Dover Federal Credit Union, we understand what it means to be local. We started here, and we're not going anywhere. We're as local as it gets, and we like it that way. We're not just a financial institution, we are the local credit union that you can trust. Local people, local decisions. Dover Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Come check us out. Matt's Fish Camp features seafood classics, coastal comfort food, and chef-driven specials that pair perfectly with our large selection of craft ales, curated wine list, and camp cocktails. Matt's offers indoor and outdoor dining and is the perfect place to have dinner with your family, happy hour with friends, or enjoy lunch at the Raw Bar. Matt's Fish Camp in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week year-round. See you soon.
Wraps, signs, banners, and promotional items that can help your business stand out from the rest. Looking for an excellent way to convey a professional image? Customized promotional products are the perfect way to target new customers, increase employee retention, and boost your brand awareness. Let the professionals at Cassidy Graphics bring your advertising ideas to life. Give them a call today at 302-326-2412. Again, that number is 302-326-2412. Again, Cassidy Graphics brings your advertising ideas to life.
First State Orthopedic statewide has 29 physicians at 16 locations. Our physicians and staff provide both non-surgical as well as surgical treatment for almost all orthopedic conditions and injuries. We are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. We serve as team physician and orthopedic consultant for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Our doctors are readily available to the local emergency departments as well as medical aid units and urgent care centers for consultation and treatment. Call for an appointment today or visit us at firststateortho.com.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris.
High Five Hospitality.
Right.
And welcome back inside Delaware Live Sports. Nick Alessandrini alongside Mike Lang. Nick Halliday working the camera tonight in Bear as we're here at Red Lion Christian High School.
Working the camera, among other things, Nick.
playoff rematch of last year's game between Red Lion and St. Mark's. St. Mark's now a member of Class 3A. Red Lion ranked number 4 in Class 2. Was that kickoff going to be out of the end zone? And we'll get a chance to check out Evan Budinger in this Red Lion offense back out onto the field. Mike, story of that first half was not the lack of success, lack of maybe yardage for that Red Lion offense. It was they just couldn't put points on the board. Consecutive trips over and over again into that St. Mark's territory, and St. Mark's tightening things up late. And again, just gave up no points. A snap over the head of Budinger, 2 missed field goals or field goal attempts that weren't even got off. One in and out of the holder's hands, and another one blocked by St. Mark's.
Yeah, some missed opportunities, obviously, for a Red Lion. Nick, we want to apologize to everybody. We had some connectivity issues here, and we think we're good. And you never know, right?
First play is going to be a handoff. That's, I believe, Giovanni Ramirez.
How did he get
down
away?
The sideline.
He broke 2 tackles along the sideline, Nick.
Yeah, nope, that's going to be Mekhi Corbin.
So Red Lion going from the 20, and good start for them. They've had some good starts. They need some good finishes here.
That's the freshman Corbin, who's had a great year so far out of the backfield here for Red Lion. 20 carries, 129 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That leads the team.
21 yards in the carries. They mark him out at the Red Lion 41. Let's say Red Lion has looked good. They've moved the ball, and then they've shot themselves in the foot, really.
Caleb King took a shoulder from Mekhi Corbin, and Corbin going to lean forward. That's close to first down yardage. Might have picked up about 9.
Yeah, he ran over a Spartan there on his way to a almost first down. That was impressive play there by, who was that? Was that Corbin?
And I think the freshman Mekhi Corbin wearing that 0 in black today. Now I'm down for 3 carries for 64 yards. Jack Wilson, 8 carries for 28, and Gio Ramirez had 2 for 20 before he left with that injury playing defense as he came off the edge.
Really tough yards there as he went helmet to helmet with one of the Spartans, and here's another handoff.
This time they go back to the freshman Corbin, lowering his shoulder, running right into big number 85, one of those 2 guys on the roster for us. As that's going to be enough for a first down, we'll call it 4 for Corbin, who has really had success here tonight, averaging 17 yards a carry on his 4 carries.
Boy, just bowled his way in there for a first down. They do need multiple touchdowns here, but you got to start somewhere, and this is a pretty good start for Red Lion. But they've crossed midfield. Now what happens, right?
So new set of downs here for the Lions. Now into St. Mark's territory inside the 50. Again, no sign of Gio Ramirez, who left that game earlier. Fake to Corbin, come back the other way to Jack Wilson. Not fooled is Egan, who makes the tackle. A good game for Daniel Egan. Number 24 on White, the linebacker, with another play.
Yeah, we'll see if it bogs down again. Or they did gain about 2, but they're going to need some chunks here in the second half, and you have to get a few stops. They did get some stops in the first half, so they just need to put everything together.
Egan, one of those Spartan captains here this year in 2023. Pollock out in the slot here. Fake the pitch. They come back to Jack Wilson, but he's hit hard by another Spartan linebacker.
I'm not sure who was in there. Jake O'Donohue, number 74, was one of them.
And I think that was 85. We got to get a number and make sure we know who 85 is. That was another big play that time for St. Mark's. And again, we've got 2 on the roster. We'll see if we can get through these stats and maybe figure it out.
Yeah, Dugan and Taylor, one a junior, one a freshman.
Dugan used to wearing 89, so it could be him potentially.
Now here's a big play. The 3rd and 8 for Red Lion. They really need to make something happen. They got number 11 split wide right. That is Braden Coleman.
A reverse to Jasir Rogers. He's picking up a block from Coleman, and that's going to be enough to pick up first down yardage. Tackled inside the 25. That ball came out late. We're going to see if they were down or not. It looks like they're going to mark him down.
So Coleman split right through a block to help Rogers there. It's a nice run for Rogers as they move it from, I'm not sure where they started on that one, Nick, from the about the 40
to the 25.
Yeah, they're at the 25 now.
That carry to Rogers, who's done most of his work here receiving today and this year. But this time they give him the ball on the misdirection coming back the other way. He picks up a block downfield and picks up first down yardage. And here we go. This is where Red Lion has been able to get to and unable to get some points. This time they'll pitch it over to Makai Corbin. And he's going to be brought down by 2 Spartans at the 30 for a short loss.
Yeah, I believe he lost a couple there. Look, Zellman may have been in there, and Logan Klein coming up from his linebacker spot to participate in the festivities. Nick, tomorrow night, who's making a season debut? Glenn Frazier. Glenn, I know you're watching, buddy. We're glad to have you back because we are. We have Glenn Frazier back. Glenn will be at Appoquinimink High School. St. George's at Appo tomorrow at 7. Benny Mitchell, help me out here. Benny is going to be at Sussex Central.
That's right. A team taking
DMA,
a trip
right?
up to down to Sussex Central's DMA has hit hard in the backfield.
And here again
was Evan Budinger.
Things are kind of bogging down for Red Lion here as they get deeper into Spartan territory. You know, let's give credit to St. Mark's. They get down there and St. Mark's just tightens.
Ben did not breaking today. Yeah. That seems to be it for St. Mark's. Ben not break after giving up 30 points to Archmere. That defense has really regrouped. You mentioned O'Paoli there on the back end for that secondary for the Spartans, but still holding a shutout over a very talented offense here in the 4th-ranked team in Class 2A Red Lion.
Another loss there, about 2 yards. It's 3rd and 14, so Budinger's going to have to look, for one of these guys and
Wilson
try to get through that Spartans defense.
In the backfield, they set up a screen to Wilson, and that one in the dirt. Pressure coming from the outside linebacker, Keegan Barnes. And now 4th and long in the opening drive. Stalling out here in the second half for Red Lion. And now we'll see what they signed as to. They've tried 2 field goals from around this distance. Haven't even been able to get a kick off with one of the best kickers in the state, in Sam Crossan. Just that first time it was the snap. The second time it was the hold.
Well, he's got Budner on the sideline here, so maybe they're going to just
And you're down 22-0, right?
You need points, right? Exactly.
Points.
And he's going back out, so it looks – and if you really – unless you fumble or intercept or something, you're not going to be any worse off than you would be with a missed field goal. So there's really no harm in going for it here.
I'm with you. Buddinger 9 of 13, 102 yards. Trips now to the top of the screen. They'll need about 14. First down inside the 20. Here comes the pressure. Buddinger able to escape it. Now going to put this one up for his receiver. And incomplete. In through the hands, I believe it was Pollock around the 20.
Yeah, he was under some immense pressure. Took a hit as he threw. That really disrupted that throw. Oops, I hit the wrong button, Nick. And that disrupted the throw completely. And it was way short, and is lucky it was not intercepted. So it's another a turnover on downs. I don't think they've had one of those tonight. A turnover on downs.
It's been an interesting offensive compilation here tonight for Red Lion. Again, we mentioned the 2 field goals that were blocked. One blocked, one just fumbled, a fumble from the offense, and now a turnover on downs. And now a whistle before the play, maybe some motion early from the Spartans.
Almost always goes on the offense.
And it will. 3rd penalty of the night on St. Mark's.
Nick, a beautiful night out here. It's not too cool outside. We're inside the press box. We do have the windows wide open, and as you probably heard a few parents here tonight, and we don't have to have the heat going behind us just yet. Maybe another couple of weeks before we have
That's right. We just heard that. I was surprised here. I mean, we haven't left. The windows are open, but yeah, that's what we're hearing.
We're both in
from
short
in the
sleeves.
Masses. Yeah, that it might be a little chilly down there. Well, we'll find out.
Nick and I both in the short sleeve. I think we're in the identical.
The old school, right?
You got the old school. I got the new school.
Gotcha. I'm the old one.
I almost grabbed that
back
one out.
in the day.
I almost grabbed that out of my closet this morning, and there's a nice tackle over there by Red Lion. A tackle. Whoa!
And
that flag came flying in.
A heck of a toss
from
the
what
official.
A throw by the official.
And Keegan Barnes going to lose at least a few yards after the penalty, but first we'll await and hear the call.
That was the best throw all night, was that flag come flying from 30 yards away.
So let's find out as we look down to the field. And another penalty against St. Mark's, so the Spartans open up with back-to-back penalties on their first possession of the second half.
I've been so busy with this internet thing, I'm actually going to use the flag sign that we have here. But Nick, that was a great penetration there by Red Lion, and they're looking at first and. But they're the ball spot at the 15. They need to get to the 41. So 1st and 26. It looks like officially. It's first on a long, long way.
Motion. They'll turn. Hand it off to Keegan Barnes. He's hit right in the hole, I believe.
Good job there by the Lions.
Jack Wilson leading the charge for Red Lion. A gain of nothing on first down.
He'll get nothing and like it.
7 carries, 45 yards for Keegan Barnes so far in the contest. We talked about first half stats. Let's get you some from the Spartans. James Campbell, 7 of 9, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. A very efficient day for the sophomore quarterback. Jude Campbell, his brother, 3 receptions, 43 yards, and he caught both of them. They've been using him to the backside in one-on-one coverage, or hoping to get one-on-one coverage, and it's worked out for him. This time they'll fire to the slot. Having to dive for it is Burgos. He'll make the catch and pick up about 5.
Nick, looking ahead for these teams, St. Mark's starts a 4-game homestand next Friday at 7 against Caesar Rodney. The Rodgers coming up one of their new Class 3A opponents that they will be playing this year. They've had a couple over the past few years. And Red Lion is on the road at Concord. You know what that means? That's a 10:30 start at Concord next Saturday for Red Lions.
There you go, matinee action.
They love their morning football up there at Concord, not far from my house.
That's right. 3rd, and we'll call it 20 for Campbell and the Spartans. Here comes the pressure off the edge. Campbell able to get rid of it. They tried to set up a screen to Keegan Barnes. Defensive play made by the big fella up front for Red Lion. That was Carter Sareka.
Yeah, I think Sareka got a hand on the ball. Barnes almost able to pull it in. Not quite. The train's here. And now it's about a 4th, and we're looking at about 4th and 21, I believe. 4th and 20.
Punt
so
unit
St.
out.
Mark's bringing out the punter. And it is James Campbell, as we mentioned before. So 5:12 to go here in quarter number 3. St. Mark's done a pretty darn good job tonight. They're up 22-0. You mentioned last week they gave up 30 points at Archmere and no points tonight. So they obviously worked on some things during the week. And that's credit to Coach Joe Wright and his staff.
Joe Wright, a Spartan quarterback himself. Back here as that ball was dived on there by Red Lion. Not sure the thought process behind that one, but the Spartans come up with it. That's going to be Spartan ball. Just not sure who recovered it.
Nick, the way that player came from behind the ball, I thought it was on the punting team.
Unless obviously it hit a Spartan first, but that didn't seem to be the case
here. If it
here.
hit a Spartan first, it would still be a dead ball.
And exactly right. So maybe he would thought that would be
a freebie. If it hit St. Mark's first, that's a freebie.
Yep, exactly right. That's what I would imagine would be it.
But Red Lion does have possession.
I was going to say, so that, again, a bizarre play. It looked like Jasir Rogers, who came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was flying after that ball.
Who was diving for it. But, again, the only reason you would do that is if it touched a Spartan. And, again, I'm not sure you would still really do it, but you're allowed to pick it up and run it after that point.
Yeah.
Because there's no harm, no foul. Can't be a fumble. But, again, a weird play to see him run and dive on it.
Yeah,
like
usually
that.
if you're going to do that, you're going to try to pick it up and run
Yep,
it.
exactly right. So an interesting play
I
there.
We saw that maybe last year in one of the playoff games that we did where that happened. If I'm not mistaken, my memory's getting a little fuzzy.
5:02 to go here, quarter number 3, 22-0 Red Lion, trying to make up some ground here as they force a punt on the Spartans' first possession in the second half. This time they'll turn and hand off to Jack Wilson, and he's tackled by the turf monster there inside the 40.
Obviously, the groundskeeper here missed a few blades of grass, and Wilson.
And very unlike Wilson, coming in, is this Red Lion offense was kind of humming. Coming into the contest, Ramirez coming off a huge game. Losing him early was a huge loss, and again, can't be stated enough here for Red Lion in this contest. And we talked about Wilson, 259 yards and 3 touchdowns coming in, averaging over 87 yards a game. He's got 11 carries for 28 tonight against St. Mark's. Trips to the top. Budinger fires to the middle of the field, has his man, it's Braden Coleman. And after the loss on first down, they pick up 10 here on second.
Yeah, he's going to be a couple short, but that was a good job by Budinger to find an open receiver. Looks like they're going to give him progress almost to midfield. And they're about about 2 yards short, but that was a good job. 3rd and 2. They need to convert, obviously, here with 3:54 to go in quarter number 3. And thank everybody for joining us tonight from Red Lion Christian Academy Nick, we talked about it earlier. You and I both drove down. No traffic problems getting down.
I love that. And
thank you, Red Lion.
and again, later kickoff, so that helped a little bit. But you're right, I did not expect to be a flawless drive. And it was. 3rd and short. Buttinger hands off to Wilson up the middle. He'll lower his shoulder, pick up first down yardage in a few extra. A 5-yard carry on 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, good job by Wilson to just get in there, kind of curl up, and just power his way forward for a couple of extra yards. You know, it never hurts to see the New York Football Giants on the back end of a score like that.
I'll tell you what, Christian McCaffrey is something else this year, especially. My goodness. Again, him going up against the Giants. I hope you had him in fantasy, playing him a little bit. He seems to have a little bit of success here in the first half, but we're focused on this one ahead of us. 1st and 10, new set of downs after the Wilson carry. Speed sweep here. It looks like to Spencer. No, it's Pollock who has it at the 50, and he's hit hard by a group of Spartans led by Logan Klein and followed up by Jake O'Donoghue. Of course, has been a little quiet here tonight, one of the best players in the state.
Yeah, he ran into his own guy there. Did Pollock. He ran into Shane Caleb, and Caleb he's out there blocking, and they just kind of bumped into each other.
And again, when you have a day on defense like this, 22-0, it is a group effort. So you can say, maybe been a little quiet, but that's because the whole defense has just been so good here today for St. Mark's from the front to the back all the way through.
They've given up a few passes, but nothing real big.
Buttinger play action. That holds off the rush for a second, able to fire and finds Pollock at around the 45. So a quick throw from Buttinger and good vision to see that pass coming. The play action held that defensive line and those blitzers for just enough time to get that ball out and able to find his target, Pollock, for a short gain.
Still looking at a 3rd and long, a 3rd and 9 here for Red Lion, Nick, and they have moved the ball. We've mentioned it several times. Just something about when they get over on that side of the field, it's just not happening for them. Some of that's St. Mark's defense, and then they've had some mistakes they've made.
Yeah. Penalties have been a killer, especially early in those fumbles and snaps. 3rd and 9, almost lost that snap. And here comes the pressure, and Buttinger is buried by Caleb King at the 46.
King got in there, and boy, he lowered the boom, didn't he?
And that was a shot. And again,
that's
in the NFL, maybe a driving into the ground penalty there, but that's just pressure off the edge. And Buttinger, who has been so good at seeing that vision, avoiding the pressure, because he has been pressured tonight. He's taken some hits on these throws and still able to get the ball to where it needed to go. That time, he just had no chance as Caleb King was coming fresh off the edge.
Official timeout here with 1:12 to go. Buttinger was a little slow getting up.
Yeah, he took a shot.
He's walking under his own power, so that's good. And trainer's going to check everything out and make sure he's okay to continue. We sure hope he is.
And we had a chance to talk with him in Red Lion last year when they visited us in Middletown at Buffalo Wild Wings. A fantastic group. It was great to talk to Coach Ken Anderson and Kurt, who, again, is a phenomenal group of guys that are leading this athletic department here. And Coach Ken Anderson, a great coach. And Buttinger, only a sophomore, and so much talent there. One of the brightest young quarterbacks here in the first state.
Yeah, there are quite
And St. Mark's, though, Mike, they made it so tough on them here today. Pressure, coverage on the back end. Their defense has been great. Here comes more pressure, almost got to it. But the punt did get off cleanly, and it's a good one.
One of the Spartans down, Nick, who's blocking.
That's a perfect punt.
Yeah, that's going to be inside the 5.
Slow to get up as it looks like is Burgos here. That's Michael Burgos, the junior wide receiver in DB.
He went down early and just grabbed his leg.
And that punt's going to pin St. Mark's very deep. That's a heck of a punt here from Red Lion.
Good job by Red Lion.
That'll stop the clock with 34 seconds to go here in the 3rd, and now comes the Spartan offense.
Yeah, here comes Kylie, the St. Mark's trainer. And Burgos, I was just watching his block.
And it looks like a cramp.
Maybe a cramp. He went down early, but that punt just kept rolling and rolling and died right inside the 5-yard line. So great job by the special teams there from Red Lion.
Well, we'll take a break as Burgos is getting stretched out at the 35. He'll be held up here. We'll leave the video on. Audio will be back in just a moment. 22-0 offense for the Spartans coming out on the field. 34 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Spartan offense back out on the field what could possibly be the final play of quarter number 3. 22-0 Spartans. They'll hand it off up the middle.
And that's Barnes, I believe, right?
And splitting some defenders and diving
Caleb
forward
King.
is Caleb King, and that could do it. As he picks up a nice chunk.
I can't imagine
6 yards on the carrier on first down for Caleb King.
I can't imagine St. Mark's being in any hurry to get a playoff here, and they're just taking their time. So
10 seconds and ticking. We'll see if the Spartans get off another play. It doesn't look like it. They will break the huddle as they walk to the sideline. Well, that'll do it. We're through 3 quarters here at Red Lion Christian High School. 22-0. It's been all Spartans here on the road. We'll take a break when we come back. 4th quarter action live here on Delaware Live Sports.
Get the assurance that your HVAC system is what you need with Ambience. Ambience provides you with over 25 years of experience in the heating, cooling, and plumbing industry. The team at Ambience Heating and Air Conditioning provides high-quality residential HVAC installations, maintenance, and repairs in new and older homes in the Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania tri-state area. You may not realize it, but half of your energy costs go to heating and cooling. Make sure your energy dollars count and call us today for a free estimate. 302-239-HVAC. 302-239-4822.
Back live here on 302 Sports. Nick Allison, Trudy, Mike Lang, and Nick Halliday in Bear. Red Lion Christian welcoming the St. Mark's Spartans, a rematch of last year's playoff matchup. This first carry up the middle, it's Caleb King, and he's got a hole and space to run as he's dragged down awkwardly at the 45-yard line.
Good job by King, Nick. That started at the
19.
The 19-yard line. The 26-yard gain for Caleb. And they're going to set the chains, and they'll start the clock again.
5 carries, 43 yards.
The clock's already running.
For Caleb
should
King.
Be stopped. Now, I don't know why they're, but whatever, I don't know. And there goes the referee winding his arm. And so we lost about 30 seconds there.
Pistol formation for St. Mark's after the Caleb King carry. Back up the middle to Keegan Barnes, who stays on his feet but runs right into the arms of number 5, who is a nameless Red Lion Lion.
Nobody knows who he is. I was looking at the same thing. I'm like, okay, number 5. I don't see a number 5. That's a good job. Red Lion, I don't know who got the first hit on Barnes, but he spins out of so many tackles. And then Mr. Nameless number 5 was right there to take care of him when Barnes popped up from that first tackle attempt.
Picked up a yard. Play action for Campbell.
How about that one? That was
going to fire and has his man in the flat. That could be the infamous number 85. Or it could be number 81. Tyler Ludica, I believe, Mike, and that is who it's going to be. It's Ludica, the tight end, the junior, has his first catch. So that one good for first down yardage. Utica. Excuse me, I apologize for the pronunciation error. So Utica hauls that one in for first down yardage.
Nick, they, again, did not stop the clock on first down. I don't know. So my clock is a little bit off from the game clock here.
Another very efficient night for James Campbell. How about that spin move from Keegan Barnes? Puts him in the spin cycle and picks up a new set of downs for the Spartans just inside, close to the 30-yard line.
Now we mentioned Barnes, how he just gets out of tackles, and you see it right there.
I think that was good for about 15. And he's brought down at the 32.
Yeah, I'm just not. I can't keep up with this clock.
We'll call it 13.
They're not stopping the clock.
for Keegan Barnes. 9 carries, 60 for the senior running back. And Barnes getting a lot of action in that backfield the last couple years as he now enters his senior season.
Yeah, he's been really good. Of course,
they'll fake it to him, throw, and absolutely belted and forcing the incompletion. Coming out of that secondary.
That was Burgos, who just left with the cramp, comes back on. Ouch.
And there's Jamarion Ramsey.
What a hit.
He was the player that got tangled up a few quarters ago, late after that play over there. Ramsey with a big hit there, and then a little chatter after.
A stretcher hit. They make you stretch, and you end up on a stretcher after you get hit by them.
And that'll force the incompletion, too. So
okay, great timing on the hit.
Yeah,
good job by Burgos. Popped right up like a Spartan does.
That's right. 9:24 and taking 22-0. Spartans back in the pistol. Motion, little turn. Give it back to Barnes, has a hole. Hits it quickly. And he'll pick up 10 and close to that 20-yard line and a new first down.
Good job by Barnes. He's red line transfer, by the way, and has done a good job the last 2 seasons playing for the Spartans. He's so tough to bring down. He just doesn't go down. He's tough, and you've seen him on the wrestling mat, so you know
right.
All about his toughness.
And he's impressed me the last couple years. You know, seeing him in the backfield and that speed, that's what jumps out at you early. And you mentioned the power combined with the speed. Slot to the right. More motion. More handoffs to 17. Keegan Barnes, and he's got another hole. And he'll break a tackle and get brought down inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line. Keegan Barnes with another big carry. That one's good for about 16, depending where they mark it.
He just had timeout on the field, another injured player. He doesn't go down. He just does not go down. It's really impressive to watch. You know, I've been to all 3 St. Mark's games now this year, so I've seen a lot of Keegan Barnes. And he's durable and he takes hits. He's like the Duracell rabbit. He just takes a lick.
Energizer bunny. Just keeps on going.
He keeps on ticking, and it's unbelievable the punishment he takes, and it just doesn't seem to bother him at all.
And you're right about that. He bounces right back up. We've seen it now for a couple of years. We're seeing it here tonight.
And he does. Coach Wright and the staff, they use him. He's not out every single series. I know he's probably just not big enough, and you don't want to get the guy beat up. And that way he's fresh later in the game.
They fake it, pitch it back to Logan Klein the other way. And Logan Klein with a little Travis Kelce roll there. Comes across the bottom of the formation and scores a touchdown from 6 yards out. A late hit coming from Red Lion. And that'll be their 7th penalty.
Good job by Klein. Another weapon they may not really need, but hey, you can never have too many weapons. Was that 1st and goal?
The extra point coming. Third touchdown pass of the night for James Campbell. 127 and 3 scores.
I had a little trouble seeing my angle here, but I can see the official signal the touchdown. Good job by St. Mark's. A lot of weapons for the Spartans, and they're just using so many of them tonight.
Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Extra point is up and through. Spartans lead 29-0. It's been all St. Mark's on the road here on a Thursday night on Delaware Live Sports. Video will stay on. We'll be right back here from Red Lion. 8:07 to go. Late hit penalty enforced on the kickoff. Welcome back inside Delaware Live. Nick Allison, Mike Lang, and Nick Halliday. 8:07 remaining here from Red Lion Christian. It's been all St. Mark's. As after the penalty, the kick is out of the back of the end zone. So Red Lion offense back out onto the field and haven't been able to score any points tonight. A couple of talented, players here on this offense, including the sophomore quarterback Evan Budinger. And again, they've been able to get into St. Mark's territory. If you're just joining us, they've been in there numerous times, and St. Mark's defense has bended, not broken. And they've forced turnovers. We have 2 issues on field goal attempts for Red Lion that resulted in no points. And St. Mark's has taken advantage of it all as they lead 29-0.
Yeah, the defense has really provided that push, and then the offense has taken advantage. Every time Red Lion's gotten down there, something's happened. It's either a fumble, interception, some penalties. It's really been a combination of factors here, and St. Mark's has played some good defense too.
11 of 16 for 118 yards is Budinger. Here's motion.
It's a new quarterback, or running back.
They'll turn, hand it off. Here to the sideline, it's Jasir Rogers who has some open space. Down the sideline he goes until he's pushed out of bounds after a new set of downs.
So I'm wondering if Budinger's maybe still feeling the effects of that last hit.
Gain of 18. So 18 for Jasir Rogers, who's had 2 big carries, but primarily, of course, working as a receiver this season. He'll start in the backfield here as well, and he's kind of running quarterback, a wildcat look here for Red Lion. Rogers takes a snap, going to turn and try to quarterback sweep to the left side. Makes a few Spartans miss, and now he'll reverse field. What looked like nothing is going to turn into something for Jasir Rogers, and he picks up 15.
Well, Nick, if it doesn't work going left, just turn around and go right. He found an opening there on the sideline, and I think Klein was able to get to him and push him out of bounds.
15-yard carry, then a 19-yard carry for Jasir Rogers, who's working now as the Wildcat quarterback, as Evan Budinger
we hope he's okay.
Not back out there, and I hope he's okay. And again, they are trailing 29-0, just 7 minutes to go, and maybe it's kind of he's taking some hits.
Yeah, and they're going to have an extra
sore. Don't want to get him back out.
Some extra time off. They don't play till next Saturday in Concord. So if you get a couple of extra days of rest, at this point you don't want him getting any more injured.
So Rogers back-to-back first downs from him. This time they'll turn and hand it off. And a group of Spartans in on the tackle after a gain of about 3. And now slow to get up is the running back, Spencer,
16,
I believe,
16.
or 10. Is that 16 or 10?
I think that's
Spencer, the freshman, would be 16. He's gotten a few carries today. He's now the tailback, as Gio Ramirez.
That is a 16.
And it's been a kind of, an unlucky health tonight for Red Lion. Budinger has been hit and banged up. We talked about Gio Ramirez, who was coming off a 139-yard game last weekend. Their leading ball carrier.
It was
his first game played last week. He missed the first 2.
Defensive play
exactly.
Too, and almost made a great tackle.
So they lost Budinger. They lost their leading back, Ramirez, as well as a few other guys going down so far in the contest. That snap is going to hit a player in the head. That was the freshman Corbin going in speed motion.
I wonder if that was designed. It didn't look like it was designed that way at all.
8th penalty of the night for Red Lion. Second and 11. Or second and 12. 6:47 and ticking. All Spartans here tonight on a Thursday. As Red Lion with a big win last week over Lake Forest.
St. Mark's really putting it together. It was a direct snap.
And I don't think that was intentional. Aiden Zellman is going to swallow up the freshman Spencer after a short game.
St. Mark's really putting together their best game of the 3 so far. Nick, they had a good first half against St. George's. They only led 9-0, but they really looked good in that first half. St. George's came out and defensively shut St. Mark's down in the second half. And then last week it was a shootout in Claymont with Archmere. And St. Mark's scored 10.5 minutes ago and then held Archer scoreless the rest of the way. It was a good job. The defense tightened up when they had to tighten up. Tonight it's really been, they put it together both ways against Red Lion.
They've looked good for 4 quarters. Rogers, Wildcat quarterback, fakes the handoff, going to take it and turn upfield, a little stiff arm as he gets forward. And he'll pick up about 8 or 9. So Rogers has been very effective here out of the Wildcat late in this ballgame.
Kept the clock running. I could have sworn he stepped out of bounds. But Nick, I don't ask questions. I just call the ball games.
I agree. That's what we do.
So we're looking at 5:17 because I was stopping the clock when they were going out of bounds, and apparently that is not the way we do things.
4th down here for Red Lion. They'll need about 4. Roger is still the Wildcat quarterback. The freshman Spencer to his right, more movement. And again, that snap rides up in the hands of Spencer. I don't think that's intentional.
Probably not. Then the number 79 for St. Mark's, that would be Connor Kilby, had a hold of the jersey of Spencer and was just, the weight difference between those two was quite significant.
Yeah.
And is it a turnover?
St. Mark's is saying they didn't get it. Red Lion is saying they did.
Is this a Jason Winchell special?
Hey, we'll find out. And it is. They're going to bring the chains out. And it was noted before the game they were looking for 2 more volunteers here on the PA system to come help them out today. And now those 2 volunteers are going to get some action. They're going to get out on the field tonight, Mike.
Speaking of...
here they go.
Jay Winch just came back today from Myrtle Beach.
Shout out to
He's not hanging
Jason.
out here with us today, is he? No, he's after that long drive back from Myrtle, he's got to go rest those golf muscles.
Here's the measurement and not going to get there, and it's by a good margin. St. Mark's will take over on downs, and the struggles continue for Red Lion here tonight, Mike. And when you look at it in its totality, but you're right, and that's the thing, right? You come back, and it all goes back to that first drive. They force a 3 and out. They get the ball. They drive right down the field. 1st and 10 from the St. Mark's 35. Fumble. Snapped right over the head of Budinger. It goes off a few Red Lion players. St. Mark's gets it, goes right down the field and scores. Such a change in momentum, and St. Mark's never looked back. They took that momentum right there early. And again, their defense was fantastic today. An entire group effort. And as you mentioned, a few miscues from Red Lion led to a 29-0 score.
Yeah, this is not necessarily an easy place to come in and win if you're a visitor. It's always a big Red Lion crowd, and it's you're under the lights, and it's a fun place to come play a game. But if you're a visiting player, this is not always the easiest place to win, and St. Mark's has done a great job tonight on both sides.
Starters remaining in the game, at least Campbell will at quarterback. Handoff to a Spartan tailback for a gain of about 4. Let's see who's getting the carries now for the Spartans.
That's Burgos?
25, I believe. So new running back here for St. Mark's will be Jacob Ebal. The Red Lion transfer was at Middletown early, went to Red Lion, and now at his 3rd school here at St. Mark's, and he took the carry there and picks up 5.
He's taking the tour of Newcastle County.
So Ebal knows this field pretty well.
I'm sure he does. St. Mark's now just content they'll wait for that back judge's arm to start signaling the countdown from 5, and Nick to just keep it on the ground and get the clock out, and then they got school tomorrow.
And it's a Thursday, everybody. Right back to Ebal. Ebal has a hole up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and picks up 20.
Good job by Ebal. They have Barnes and King and some other guys, and if you're Coach Wright, you're going, maybe I got something here. Maybe another player you can rely on to pick you up some yards.
And again, this is your First Aid Orthopedics game of the week. And St. Mark's, they played like they knew it. Brought to you by First Aid Ortho. They have 29 physicians at 16 locations, which provide both surgical and non-surgical treatment for a variety of orthopedic conditions. They are specially trained in the current state-of-the-art techniques. They serve as team physicians for over 20 high schools, Wilmington University, and many local recreational and competitive leagues. Their doctors are readily available to all the local emergency departments, medical aid, and urgent care centers. There's another carry up the middle for Ebal, and it's going to take a few Red Lion players to bring him down. And you got to give a call today to First Aid Ortho, 302-322-3400, or visit firstaidortho.com. DelawareLive.com. And do not forget to mention you saw their ad right here on Delaware Live Sports. A shout out to First State Ortho. Again, they do so much for local sports here in Delaware, and this is your First State Orthopedics game of the week here on a Thursday night. And
we appreciate their support of 302.
Absolutely.
So we can support the high school athletes here. And just remember, 2 more games this weekend. Tomorrow night, St. George's at Apo and DMA at Sussex Central. Benny will be in the Castle, and the return of Glenn Fraser tomorrow night at Apo.
What a weekend here on Delaware Live Sports. Back to E-Ball up the middle, and my goodness, keep the legs moving. More yardage for E-Ball. He may end the game, leading this game in rushing when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's going to be up comes Fraser from Smyrna. Is going to be up there at Apo. Glenn, we know you're watching. Happy to have you back.
A shout out to Glenn and Pat and the crew. Got it done, Benny, at the show on a Wednesday night last night. A special shout out to St. George's and Appoquinimink for joining us. Shout out to Coach John Wilson, Chris Mascara, who were on my coaching staff here at St. Mark's. And Coach Wilson, I apologize. Missed you last night. Was hoping to get there and see you guys, but unable to do so. So I apologize. And a shout out to what he's done at St. George's now. Again, since he's left St. Mark's, has really turned that program around.
Yeah, keep your eyes open. Our top plays, if they're not online yet, they will be. I know Nick ran into some problems with getting that video last night.
Needs a voiceover.
And he needs a voiceover.
147 and ticking, and why not go back to E-Ball?
A nice tackle there. It was number 5, right? The name was number 5.
Picks up a few yards. The clock will continue to run, Mike, so let's recap while we have the opportunity. And let's talk about some of these guys, and it all starts with James Campbell. He was phenomenal tonight. Ended up finishing 10 of 13, 127 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 of which went, of course, to his brother, Jude Campbell.
Now, the first one, Nick, the front corner of the end zone, Jude Campbell went up and really made a nice catch right over a red line defender.
Klein also catching the 3rd touchdown pass, and a little Travis Kelce inside little pitch that he took 6 yards for the score.
Yeah, I think James Campbell did a great job. You mentioned he completed his first 5 passes, I believe. Didn't throw a whole lot, but when he did, he made it count.
And Campbell also a 6-yard rushing touchdown on the quarterback sneak as well. So he accounts for all 4 touchdowns for St. Mark's today. Keegan Barnes, a good day on the ground, 11 carries, 88 yards. That's good for 8 yards a pop. Caleb King, 5 carries for 43 yards. Evan Budinger did have a pretty good day for Red Lion. The offense just could not close drives today. As, of course, he finishes 10 of 15 for 118 yards. But, of course, the Red Lion offense was shut out today. And, again, if you look at it now and going forward, this may be the worst game Red Lion plays all year.
Yeah, they have some time to get ready for Concord. St. Mark's, of course, back with Cesar Rodney next Friday at the Graveyard. And they start a nice long homestand up there, and that's going to be a key for St. Mark's. They can really make some.
Well, that'll do it. Clock going to hit zeros here shortly. What a performance from the St. Mark's Spartans. Again, a big win last year over Red Lion in the playoffs. They move up to Class 3A, and they come right back here to the Lions' Den and get a huge 29-0 shutout victory. The defense was phenomenal. Campbell and the offense were great, and they were good. Mike, you got a player of the ballgame.
I want to go with the quarterback, James Campbell. I think he got it done. He was the as they call him, the field general. He was in charge.
Very good tonight.
He had a lot of support, but it all started with James Campbell, and I thought he was fantastic. Obviously, a shutout for the Spartans defense, so they deserve a lot of credit too.
Unbelievable performance by the defense. Again, offense looked good too. Spartans get a win 29-0 over Red Lion. For Nick Allison, Mike Lang, and Nick Halliday, Thursday night football in the books for us this week. Red Lion St. Mark's 29-0 victors over Red Lion.